And you know, and this is it, and he knows this, like I'm extremely transparent, like I really don't care. I would literally put up, you know Big Brother, the show Big Brother, right? I would literally put up cameras in my house and be like, y'all can see whatever you want. I'm serious. The times where Scott and I get into disagreements, I mean, sometimes I cut the camera off or whatever. But, you know, to the happy times, you know, because even on Instagram, like, I mean, I do show when the kids cry, but obviously a lot of times you see, like, the happy times, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes and how we have to work together to push through. But I also want to call Scott up here, and he's going to be very transparent. You know, and I put myself in a hot seat on just, you know, things that he sees about me. Because I think the person you spend the most time with, even if you're single, you spend the most time with a coworker or a spouse or your best friend, I think it's good to get an outside perspective of how they view you outside of just the amazing things as well and what I need to work on. So for me, it's not about how much he loves me, how much whatever. We're gonna talk to Scott about how much he thinks I need to work, what I need to work on in my life, right? No? Because I ask y'all to do it, right? I'm always like, conquer your mind, transform your life, dig deeper. I have all the answers when I'm motivating, but what do I need to know the answers to? So Scott, I hope you are very, very ready. Come on up. Hey. Sipping on gin and juice. Here we go. And so we begin. So, all right.
I had no idea what we were going to talk about. He just said we were going to be on stage. That's it. Okay.
But he does with us. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, I do.
Hey. I hope he's going under 18. Julie, all your girls are over 18, right? So we're good. Okay. All right, so cool. Everyone knows I can get on stage. I motivate. We know that I push myself outside of my comfort zone every day. We know. We all know this, right? Like, but I'm not perfect, and I have my own struggles. And so I could talk about it myself, but I would like to hear from the outside perspective. You know, you do tell me a lot of things that I should work on, especially when we don't agree. But, you know, in a very loving way. Like, what do you think I have to work on at this point in my life?
So we're in the locker room, right? For those people who don't know. So for those people who don't know, when I say we're in the locker room and I air quote that, it means that we're in a safe space so we can talk about anything. Because it's just us, right? No one else is hearing this.
Several people that listen and watch.
Exactly. I preface this as saying, obviously, no one is perfect, right? Everyone has vulnerabilities and feels uncomfortable and feels great some days, whatever. Shaun is human. He is a superhero on stage, and he is Clark Kent at home. When he takes the suit off, he is 100% a human being that has problems with his weight. He has problems with his face. He has problems with his body. He has problems with everything that every one of you people that are here that I have, he has a problem with. And he is really good at being able to give us the motivation. And there are times when I look at him and I think to myself, you just said the most amazing thing on stage, but I don't think you actually heard what you said, right? Because he is on stage and when I say that when he hears music, that's his superpower, right? Music is a superpower. He literally, when he hears a great song, he lifts up, and I feel like he elevates and he gets chills. And if you are lucky enough to see him during a workout when he gets chills, that's when he is ultimately feeling like he cannot give anymore. Like when he gets the chills, he needs to stop. And because he says there are times when he's on stage, I have to calm myself down because that is how much he's feeling the work out of the people that are in the environment of him, right? However, that's, on a scale of 1 to 10, that's a 10. There are times when we are at home and he's at a 1 and he's like, I'm fat today, I'm gonna go there, because again, he had bowel issues and he thought he had cancer. I don't mean this in a bad way. He came to me, and for 3 weeks, we struggled with the fact that he thought he had cancer. And I said to my husband, which I love, what are the facts? X, Y, Z, A, B, and C, and whatever. So your brain is manifesting some things that are not true. Raise your hand if you've experienced that.
And I want to open up about that. So
I don't mean to expose that.
It's fine. I've never really talked about this. I should really struggle with hypochondria, anxiety. And it's usually really just kind of related to the bowel. And I think that because every single one of my grandparents, even extended grandparents who cousins or whatever, so many people died of cancer in my life. And so so I literally, it was 3 weeks, and I really didn't suffer from that kind of anxiety until recently. And I think I mentioned it to a couple people that I was going to talk about it, but I hadn't been to therapy yet to really, address it. And, I sent out a text.
He came
2 nights ago, or it was 2 nights ago, and I was like, Alex, I'm really struggling with something because I've never experienced this kind of anxiety before. And it just took completely over my life to the point where Sam was there for me, my mom was there for me, and it was just so much. It was just so much, and I have all these, this fear. And, thank God that I'm at, Melissa McAllister and Lauren Fitzgerald. And I don't even think they know why I really connect to them so much, because they really help, my internal stuff. But yeah, so, I said to Scott, before that, I said, I was like, I need to go to therapy again. And, obviously he's cool, Scott's very much, well, let's find somebody on that network, Let me just go find somebody, I need a network. I was like, I make money, I can pay for an extra $100.
I was talking about a copay. I was talking about a copay. Not this network, this copay.
Shoot. But, before that, before I had even experienced this type of thing, before I had even experienced this anxiety, I knew that I had some sort of anxiety coming up. And it was never there. It was never there before until recently. And so that's what I was talking about when I was like, I need to go to therapy, And I know how good therapy is. And just like I tell people, go to therapy. And I'm sitting there delaying it because of work, because of kids, because I want to be there for my husband, because I want to be there for Team Shaun T. I'm constantly, working with them to make sure they're good. And just like the moms out there and dads out there, I'm putting myself last. And so, Alex, when I was texting you the other night, that's what I was talking about, because it's really heavy. It's not every day, and it's not something that I deal with every single day. But the minute something is off in my body, I go to this level of anxiousness. And then Google, Jesus, take the wheel. Let me tell you something. You can be like, yo, wait, no, go.
Okay, how many people have a doctorate in Google? Raise your hand. Thank you.
No.
By the way, it doesn't count. It doesn't count.
Wait, but let me tell you something. You can have shaved your leg.
Yes.
And there's one hair left. You're like, this one hair won't shave off.
Yes.
And Google gives you 2 days of it.
Yes.
It's so crazy. So I know it's funny, but in that moment, the first time I kind of realized and recognized it was when we were going through our having kids. And it was 5 years of turmoil. and we had a miscarriage. And, you know, we were having so many women help us, and so many men, the husbands of these women, the families, the kids. And we would get in a relationship with these families, and then we didn't break up with them to not want to be close anymore, but we had to break up with them because we wanted kids, we had to move to the next people, right? And we would donate the sperm would get tested, anxiety over that. Then the woman would have to go and get her lining tested, anxiety over that. Then we would have the transfer. 8 to 10 days later, I'm Googling, how the fuck am I supposed to know this dating life? Right? How many people out there have tried to have kids? Not to bring it up, and how many people with their husband or wife has counted? We're on time number 6. Don't be afraid. We can talk about it, right? And then you find yourself in these message boards, and you're getting advice from people who are going through the same stuff that you're going through, right? And that's when I realized the anxiety that I had over that. And so then it filtered into this new thing. So I am working on it. And so we got back from Europe. And, you know, even though I get back from World Team Tennis on Monday, I have to search out the next start. So I'll keep you guys posted.
So the ultimate reason why I wanted to share that is because people view myself or Shaun as a power couple or people who are inhuman, that we don't experience any sort of highs or lows, and that we are the most amazing people on the planet, and our kids are the cutest girls on the planet, right? B, they're cute. Okay, I get it. However, we are not inhuman. Okay, we are just like every single one of the people in here. We go through highs and lows. We experience things. I share all this because I want you to realize that we are just like you. We are just on a stage. We are a little bit higher than you guys only because we're on a stage, not because we're not human, okay? He struggles with all of these things just like everyone else struggles with all of everything, right? And so what I'm trying to do is break down the wall of superhuman-esque, if you will.
Yeah, and right? I just want to add this on if we get, like, that's why, like, for me, y'all, and my lovely friend Carl Beckler knows this. He wrote me this message today. I wrote him, I was like, I'm so proud of you. I was like, I know you're going through so much and you're carrying this company. And he was like, I know something gives you the heebie-jeebies. But the reason why is because, guys, like, I do not like I like motivating, I love fitness, I love talking with you. That's why I think this is open dialogue and I want to share. But in no way, shape, or form do I want to go to a party and line up, well, this party, because I love y'all, but this is intimate for me. You guys feel like family. But I don't want to go to elite parties. I don't want to have a line and take a picture of me. Not because I don't care and I don't love you, and I know, you know, that I'm talking to you in your living room. Like, if I saw Sarah Koenig from the Serial podcast, like, I'd be like, Sarah, can I take a picture with you, right? But I love her, you know, I don't even know her, I love her. But she's put me to sleep so many nights. But I say all that to say, it's not that I don't want to take a photo of you. I'd much rather be like, if I could go to coffee with each and every one of you, like, yo, we get coffee, I'm gonna be in my flip-flops, I ain't gonna have underwear under my sweats. You know what I mean? I might have to go to the bathroom because it's in the morning. Like, that's the kind of connection I like to have with people. So when it's like, anyway, I say all that to say that, you know, for me, it's not about the fame. It's really not. Like, I shared with, we had a private dinner earlier. You know, a lot of people listen to self-help podcasts and self-help books. I listen to some and read some self-help books when it is very scientific or energy healing, because I'm just into that. But I actually I'm not into a lot of self-help things. And the reason why is not because it's not great. It is. If you love self-help, you know, great, keep on going. You know, the reason why I wrote my book is a self-help memoir, because I wanted to share why I'm actually giving you this quote-unquote advice, because this is what I've been through and this is what I learned. I still have more to go. But I listen to podcasts like Death, Sex, and Money. Don't.
In a small town.
No, but that's not. That's not Death, Sex,
sunny. That's
not Death, Sex, and Money.
That's daylight. In a small town.
Wait, I
the
listen
grass
to
is
Dateline.
green, the trees are lush.
Stop.
But there's a killer in the mix.
This is so annoying. He's so annoying. So anyway, but the reason why I listen to Death, Sex, and Money podcasts like Criminal,
Dr. Death,
Wondery podcast, but this is why. It's to him, it sounds like I just want to listen to the next murder mystery. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm actually connecting to a person's journey of when they went through a struggle and the end game and how they get out. And because for me, that's true self-help, listening to people. Podcasts like Death, Sex, and Money talk about how people overcome sexual issues, relationships. It talks about how people come over financial strife. Death, Sex, and Money also talk about, one of my favorite podcasts is when they actually talked about a family who the mom and dad, both of their kids had autism, and how angry the mother was, and understanding how she went through that. Criminal talks about old school crimes that people have. Like there was this one episode about the old school lottery, how the woman ran the lottery out of her house, and when it became illegal and the state took the lottery, and how she still did it. It was a crime, but how she had to do it to really, help her family and stuff. So I listen to podcasts because I like listening, to listen to somebody. It's like, this is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and how you get out of it. I'm like, this is great. I love the steps. But I like to listen to somebody who's like, they were in the depths of destruction, and how did they work their way out? So it's not like, I'm not knocking, because I know Rachel Hollis here, and I know she was meant for it today. I think it was yesterday. She's amazing. But, so I'm not saying not to do that. I'm saying what makes me thrive in terms of self-help, because I don't think I'm a motivator like that. I'm just transparent about what I'm going through, and I like to open up the dialogue and create a community of people for people to feel safe. There's so many people, like I say in my book, everybody's in the closet about something. Like everybody you gay, coming out of the closet. No, you're in the closet about something too, because there's something in here that each and every person most of us are currently doing that we don't want anybody to know, or have done that don't want anybody to know. And that's why I don't mind you sharing that, because I don't know if you saw the show Black Mirror or watched it.
Yes.
There's an episode, There's an episode of Black Mirror called The Entire History of You. Where they have a chip behind their ear, and they can rewind time, so you can tell anybody anything you want, but guess what? It's recorded. Right? It's called Black Mirror. And so when I saw that episode, I watched it a few times. First time for entertainment, the second time to get into the psyche of these people, and the third time because I said, okay, what am I still in the closet about? Clearly I was in the closet about my mom's food stamps getting stolen. But and I just feel like that. And so even in today's time, even when I get on stage and motivate you, I was in the closet about my anxiety. Thanks for outing me. But I'm just kidding. I love it.
I get it. Yeah.
But anyway.
So I share that because earlier today, how many people here were at Shaun's workout this morning? Perfect. It was an amazing workout, but the thing that resonated with me was when he said, "Be a coach." Right? Do you guys remember that? He did say the F word, yes. So my takeaway from that was, so if everyone were to close their eyes, right? Close your eyes. It's a summer outside of Indianapolis. We are in our house. Everyone's eyes are closed. We're in a house. We're scrolling on Instagram, right? And we're flipping through, and those people that are like, oh, why do I follow them? 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 And then you come to that person and you're like, I really like what this person has to say. Why is it that you stop? Right? Keep your eyes closed. Why do you stop? Open your eyes and write it down in your book.
Why do you stop?
Why do you stop? I know why I stop. For me, I'll share.
As you write.
Yes. Instagram to me started because of pictures. The essence of Instagram. And there is a podcast on how I built this about Instagram. The very first Instagram post was a picture. The essence of Instagram is a picture. No caption, no story, no nothing. I like Instagram for that. I like Instagram for bright colors. It's like I enjoy the picture. So when I see a picture that captivates me, I'm not even looking at the post. Why do you stop? Why do you stop when you walk out the door? What catches your eye? Because it's those things that you need to share. You don't, okay. I'm anti-social media. Sorry I said it.
He hates social media, by the way. But he does a really good job with his stories.
I try. What I'm trying to do is capture the vision of what I see and what I like. And if we're scrolling, why are we scrolling? Why do we follow these people? Why, if we don't enjoy what we're seeing, why do we follow them, right?
I think the question is, how many people follow people and you're like, I don't want to unfollow them because they're going to know I unfollow them?
I unfollow everybody.
Actually, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Word.
What I'm trying to say is this. Be that person that makes people stop. Because of the authenticness of who you are. What makes you special? I keep looking at you because I'm feeling
well,
a
she's
connection.
coming up here later.
I
So.
I can share that when I come on the stage.
Perfect.
Oh,
I love the green dress that you're wearing, and I don't know what it is, but I feel a connection to you. So therefore, I want to know more.
Oh, my man.
I had a conversation with Lily. Where is she? In the back. Perfect. Lily is someone who was afraid to post on Instagram or any social media. We had a conversation, and it was like, she was telling me all the wonderful things that she does, and I'm like, I'm in. That's what I want. I want to know about recipes. I want to know about things that you do. I want to know about you riding your horse. I want to know, because that's what I enjoy about you. So when Shaun said be a coach, he's saying be you. Stop being like everyone else. When I was growing up, I wanted to be like everyone else because I knew I was different, and I didn't want to be different. Now that I'm older, I want to be different. I don't want to be like everyone else. That's me. You don't clap because everyone else is clapping. Clap because...
No, we clap because we like it.
Well,
We're here for it.
but I'm just saying that do it because just enjoy who you are. So live in that.
And thank you.
There you go. In a small town.
Get off this stage.
Greenwood,
Get
Indiana.
off. Get off.
Okay, sorry.
Bye.
He's pulling the mic from the eye. I love you.
Oh my God, it's so annoying. But I will tell you, like, Scott is so funny and ridiculous. I mean, I'm usually the one at home, like, putting on shows just to get his attention, but his personality is so crazy. So, I don't know, this is so funny. Do you have your phone? Hold on, let me see if this works before I tell you, here. This is so cool. Hold on, let me see if it works. He'll be so mad at me. Oh my word, I'm gonna do this. Okay, you don't do it. So, when I first met Scott, I was like, you Google people, you try to figure them out. Everyone on your phone, if you can, if you don't have your phone, look at somebody's phone next to you. Go to scottblokker.com. SCOTTBLOKKER.com. And on 3, raise your hand when you get there. And on 3, we're all going to push play on the video. 3, 2, 1, go.
My good friend Nicole R said in group 1, it doesn't matter what you eat, as long as you throw it up some minutes later. What time is it? It's quaint, cute, and quiet.
Just keep watching,
In
though. Just
Manhattan,
keep
we're gonna
watching.
live here with all the noises. One of the best places to live is the West Village. Sometimes it's not about the destination, it's about how you get there. We're here at Flight 001 where you can travel in style or pick up some books about Northern China. Now that I've found all my travel essentials here at Flight 001, we're going to hit the streets of New York to find out what's hot, what's not.
Anyway, it's long. But here's the thing. Here's the reason why I wanted to show you that. You know, when I met Scott, you know, I knew he was a professional soccer player, but the first thing that I know about him, more importantly, was that he was extremely supportive. He's literally like, he has a mom bag for me and a mom bag for the boys, like separate. We call it a mom bag because it's funny. Chapstick, floss, mints, Band-Aids, toenail clippers for me. I'm being dead serious. And you know, for the longest time I was like, wow, but not really understanding, to understand he was an actor, and you see he's on camera, he's really good on camera, and he's still able to take a back seat and be like, I don't want your stage, I want to support you. And that's why, you know, if he's able to come up here and open up my struggles, I can accept that because he's there supporting me all the time. Okay.